Hi guys, very good afternoon to all of you. Welcome to the video number 389. My name is Ajay, and in this video today we are going to see that how to link the Excel ranges with the PowerPoint. So if you are a MIS person and you know that every week, every month, we guys prepare the PowerPoint and slide, we make the presentations, and in the presentations most of the time you like to link your Excel tables with the the slides where you are pasting that table as range, and on top of that it is always our topmost priority, that requirement, I would say, that if you do any changes in the Excel, then those changes should automatically reflect in the PowerPoint. So this is what we are going to do today in this video. If you're watching the channel for the first time, then I can give you a guarantee that you have knocked at the right door, because we have got Excel, VBA, MS Access and Access VBA videos covered in this channel, and you have here 44 different playlists, guys. What you need to do is you can scroll down and you can see all these different 44 playlists created. All right, and this I have created specially to make you comfortable, so that you shouldn't have to actually search the video by its number, because there are almost 400 videos we are actually going to cover right this month. So specifically, because I'm going to talk about the PowerPoint, what you can do, you can click on this Excel VBA connecting PowerPoint with Excel, and there we have already created 9 videos. And if you want to really learn the art, the technology, the coding behind how to connect the Excel with the PowerPoint using the VBA Excel VBA, you can start watching the videos part 1, part 2, part 3 and part 4 and part 6, and so on, right? So the part 1 obviously would be the very basic, and then part 2 would be little uh, more towards the intermediate side, and then part 3, part 4 and so on, right? So in this video now, what we're going to do is I'm going to actually paste this table, of course, in the PowerPoint slide, but at the same time we would also be like to going to create we are going to paste the table in such a way that if you do any editing in this Excel, then automatically those changes should reflect there. This is what exactly we need to do. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is let's go to the developer tab and let's hit on the Visual Basic and let's create the code here module. Now guys, the first thing which we are going to do is we are going to actually open the PowerPoint application. It should be very much follow with the PowerPoint application. So I'm going to write here paste and range. Okay. Now what is the first thing we would like to do? We would like to use the early binding method. Early binding method means that because you are going to work in the Excel environment, you will have to tell your Excel VBA to work with the PowerPoint. So you go here in the tool reference and click on the Microsoft PowerPoint. So I click on the Microsoft PowerPoint, and basically you click on the M, and all these libraries are sorted in the ascending order. So you can see that after O it comes as PowerPoint. So it's very easy to create this PowerPoint 16.0 object library. Make sure that you should have this check mark, and you click OK. Come back there and see that in the tool reference it is going to be checked. So you can see here it's coming here. If it is not, then that means it did not get checked, right? 16.0 is coming because I'm using the Office 2016. Depending upon your version, your number would come, but that doesn't matter. Whatever version you have. For example, if you're using Excel 2013, Office 2013, then you would see there not 16.0 but 15.0. Okay, but that does not, as I said, going to create any problem. Now the first thing, guys, which I actually want to do is, obviously because you want to work with the PowerPoint, you would like to first open the PowerPoint, the new PowerPoint. Okay, so I'm going to define my variable as ppt as PowerPoint.application. Now if you look at this PowerPoint.application, this PowerPoint application automatically came up the moment I press as and space, right? If I show you again, look at this. When you press P, automatically the P classes which starts with the power P, they would come. So why it is coming by default? Because of the reason that I've actually already told your VBA that you're going to work with this PowerPoint application. If you will not, skip this step and you just write here dim ppt as PowerPoint application will not come. But even if you still go ahead and write that, you will get the error. For example, let us say I just go ahead here in the reference and I uncheck that. Now the moment you're going to run the code, see what will happen. You will get the error, user type not defined. So they say that this is not defined. Obviously this object is not defined because Excel doesn't know that this is the PowerPoint application. So you will have to on this library. So let me just go quickly to the Microsoft PowerPoint MNO. We are on the so let me press M again, and there we go. So I just on it. Right now when you're going to run this, you see that there's no error coming. So that is the first reason. Now you have to define the PPT in your memory. So you create some allocation for the PowerPoint, and this is what exactly you do. New PowerPoint.application. These are the two lines which are going to ensure that the PowerPoint application object is created in your memory. Now I can show you by making it visible as true. You can write here true as well, or maybe you can MSOC true also, you can choose. So if you're going to run this right away, look at this, what will happen, you will see the PPT getting opened. Okay, so we didn't see anything, and the reason is that because PPT is already activated. This PPT which I just used for my presentation, for my video, actually should have closed it, but right now it is closed. Now I'm going to run this again. Now new instance of this PowerPoint will be created, and the moment guys I execute this line dot visible equals to true, you would see that the background, that PowerPoint is activated. Now this PowerPoint is just the new one, and it does not, if you look at the ribbon, they are all highlighted. Nothing is working here, right? Yes, we haven't added any presentation to it, so we're gonna add the presentation to it. So the next step would be add the presentation. So this is how we're gonna add the presentation. So I'm simply going to write here p equals to ppt dot presentation, and this is how basically you define. Oops, I'm so sorry, I actually should have used the PowerPoint dot presentation. Okay, well, I have talked about all this in my part 1, part 2 as well, in a very detailed, right, in a very detailed manner. But this in this video also I'm trying to explain you as much as I can, but though the main focus would be how to place the table as a range in the PowerPoint, right? So now to add the slide, we use this. So we want to add the presentation, actually not the slide. So I'm going to add here PPT. PPT is now my PowerPoint application, and I'm going to add the add word. Right now, when you're going to run this, see what will happen. Variable not defined. Which variable is not defined? All right, so it's a spelling mistake. Actually, it should be ppress. Okay, now look at this, guys. I'm going to run this, and this is going to make it visible. And now when I run this, you see that slide is actually, the presentation is added. It says that click to add first slide. So now you will go ahead and add the slide, right? So right now I'm just going to add one slide. So I name it as pslide dot as PowerPoint. So this is the object, this is the class we are going to use, and then I'm going to say that pslide is going to be equals to presentation dot slides dot add. Use the dot add only, and then don't use the add slide. And how many slides I want to add? Well, I just want to add one slide. I keep it the format as layout blank, so the slide will be added. So if I just run this line quickly, code, you see that run the code, and this is what you see. Slide is created here. On this slide, we are going to copy the range. Now, how you can copy the range? Obviously, I will have to define my range as well. So I'm going to write here in WS as worksheet. So I define first of all my worksheet. What is my worksheet? So my worksheet actually is this workbook. This workbook is that the program where you are writing. You're writing this program in the module, which can be any module. Right now I'm writing this module 1. You can see here, but this module 1 belongs to the workbook, which has a name called budget.xlsx. Obviously, I will change the extension to XLSM, but this workbook means that it will always refer to the workbook where you have written the code inside it, so that's why I'm going to write this workbook, and then sheets, and then you can define the name of the sheet. So I'm going to write here sheet 2. Now this means that anytime if I refer ws dot, I'm going to work on the sheet 2. So this is a very cool way, sophisticated way of referring the sheet. Now similarly, I define my range as RNG, and I'm going to write here range, and then you define here set your range. Your range is equals to what? Because range is an object, so that is why you will have to use the set word, right? Generally, when you declare variables, how do you declare, guys? Dem I as integer, and then say I equals to 10, right? So integer is not an object, and that is why you don't use the set word. But in case of an object, now range is an object, you can't say that dem range as integer, or you say that dem my range as string. That doesn't make any sense, right? Range is range, right? So that's an object, and that is why you use the set word. Okay, now you know that it's a part of WS, because WS is your sheet 2, so you can directly write like this range, and then you're going to give the range, and I'm going to give the range from 3 to H8. Okay, of course this is not a basic video, so if you don't have any information about the VBA, well, this code will certainly help you. You can copy and paste it, but yes, in order if I talk about from the understanding perspective, then yes, of course this can create a problem, because this is extremely advanced stuff, right? So, and that is why I said that you can go ahead and first and check out those part 1 and part 2. And by the way, if you are a beginner, then I have a series also, Excel VBA introduction series, Excel VBA loops, Excel VBA collection loops, Excel VBA arrays, Excel VBA functions, Excel VBA workbook and sheet handling, Excel VBA file handling. These are all the playlists which you should watch in this sequence, as I mentioned you, because a lot of you keep on asking me that if they want to learn the VBA, there are 400 videos and they are confused how to start, right? So this is how you can start picking up all these playlists one by one. Okay, anyways, let's come back to the topic. So now I'm going to simply copy this, so you can copy this. Now how to paste this? So in order to paste this, guys, you know that you have already created the slide, so I'm just right here, p slide, and then dot, and then shapes, and then dot paste special. Now in the paste special, generally you get to see all these things: bitmap, default, all that stuff. You don't have to use anything, right? What you need to do is you need to use the link. Okay, you write here link and then colon equals to MSO true, or you can also write true. For example, you can also write like this, true. Okay, now this is what you will have to do. Now when you're gonna run this, what will happen, your slide will be actually pasted as an object. Okay, the data will be pasted on the slide as an object, right? So in my previous videos, what generally we did, we use the bitmap, we use the sort of the other things, you can use the RTF. There is another format, and there is a meta picture format as well. You don't have to use that, because now we want to link this as an object. So that is what we're gonna do, right? So now I'm simply going to run this, and let us see if we can uh, get this through. So I'm going to run this. We'll run the code very slow. So here we go. It is on. Presentation is added in front of you, and the slide will be created now. Slide is totally blank because you have chosen the PPT layout blank. As simple as that. So I'm gonna refer my worksheet. Worksheet must have been referred by now, and range must have been copied. If I run this, let me show you, just in case if you want to have a look, you can see that. Wow, that's very nice. Range is copied as well. Okay, now it should be pasted here. So run F8, and I see that the range is pasted, guys. You can see here, right? This range is pasted, and now it would be a it would be a test for the quality of the code which we have written, and let us say we are going to pass or fail. So I'm just going to write here January like this, and I come back here and see, I want to see that whether this Jan is converted to January or not. Look at this, guys, fabulous, amazing. This is automatically now. If I just go ahead and change the profit as well, let's say 77%, and I change this to as 66%, and I'm just going to write there maybe anything, let's say right here December DES, and I go back to the presentation. Look at this, guys, this is changed. If I press F5, I will show you, right? January is there, 77% is there. So we have automated this task. Okay, so this is how you can actually link your Excel range with your this PowerPoint. Now what I'm going to do is let us go ahead and simply save this on my desktop, and I'm going to save this file out. Now we want to actually find it out. If I just close this presentation, okay, now you have your Excel opened here. Now suppose you come the next day, right now this slide we created, we pasted the data, and we checked that it is working. But what about when once you close it and come to the office next day and you open it, will it still work? That is a real challenge for us. So I'm just going to actually open this the PowerPoint from here. Let's say I go to the file and I open it, and I saved my PowerPoint on my desktop. So I'm going to open this. Sorry, I'm so sorry, it's not the budget, actually it's the PowerPoint. And I go here on the open, and what is the name? I think the PowerPoint.xlsm. Yes, that's the, no, I'm so sorry, where I am actually losing my mind today, because XLSM, how can I open that? It's not the extension of the PowerPoint. That's crazy, man. So yeah, so what was the name of that? I think the name was PowerPoint. PowerPoint, I think the PowerPoint was the name. So let me see here. I'm gonna press anyways, that doesn't matter. Let me go to the desktop, and let me just open the file from here. So it was presentation 1. Yes, sorry, not the PowerPoint, it was presentation 1. Let me just open this. Okay, so I'm going to open it, and there we go. See that, because it has that link with the Excel, it is going to ask you about the update link. So I click on the update links, and now it is coming, and let's go ahead and maybe change the data. So let's say I just deleted this data. Let's have a look on the presentation now. Look at this, guys, this is changed. Wow, fantastic. So in this way you can actually list your Excel ranges as a linked ranges, so that if you do any changes in your presentation, it can be done. It is going to be forever. It doesn't always have to be till the time your PowerPoint is open you can work on that. No, you can close it and reopen it, click on the update link, and whatever changes you will do in this file, in this Excel table, those changes will automatically reflect in your PowerPoint as well, right? So I hope you can utilize this, because this is a very wonderful tip. One of my actually student asked me this in my class, and I really like this idea, because in my all those previous videos we didn't talk about this particular piece, though we talked about a lot of other situations, but we didn't talk about specifically about how to link this. So I thought, let's go ahead and upload this video, and let me just help you as much as I can. So that's it for now, guys, and if you haven't subscribed to the channel, as usual, I request you to please subscribe to the channel to support me, and we're gonna come back and we're gonna talk about something else also. Thank you so much for watching. Have a pleasant evening and stay fit.